Welcome back to Phasmophobia. I'm just here to do the weekly. So I'm 41 into 87. I should get 5,000 for the weekly, which will put me into 88. Let's see what the challenge is. According to my notes, it should be Hide and Seek Seeker, which is the only friendly ghost challenge, I think. But we can prove that now. Challenge mode. Hide and Seek Seeker. There's a very quiet ghost hiding somewhere. Can you find it? Correctly find the ghost type in high school. Let's look at the details on this now. Starting sanity is 100. You get a lot of sanity pill restoration, but it's not going to matter because look at the sanity drain speed. 0. Your sanity does not go down. You get sprinting. You're at full speed. You have flashlights. You never lose your items. But let's see. Ghost speed. Okay, it'll never change favorite room. It's a regular speed ghost. Roams at medium. Activity. Oh, activity is low and event is low. That stinks. Friendly ghost is on. So this is a truly friendly ghost challenge. It will not hunt. Evidence given is 3. And anything else that we need to know? Doors starting open, none. That's also very important, but we also have no hiding spots. We don't need them because it's not going to hunt. Okay, let's apply that. And let's head to high school. And I think it's a mix of Tier 1 and Tier 2 items.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Actually, it's all a lot of Tier 3. This is nice.
To a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
Maybe they changed the equipment on this, because I think it used to be like Tier 1 stuff, which made this awful. It made it completely awful. Oh, we have a Tier 1 paramic. We don't even get Tier 3 paramic, which would have been really useful. Okay, so because all of the doors are closed, all we really need to do is look for an open door. But I don't know how long it's going to take for us to find that. And I hate the idea of having to check every single room. Do we have a cursed possession? I don't even think we have a cursed possession. We're not given any way to reduce our sanity and cause a hunt. So yeah, we don't have cursed possessions either. I'm pretty sure that we do have power though. No? We have to find that too? So again, all the doors start closed, so assuming the ghost does interactions with the doors, it should at some point touch a door. So that when we walk by, on some pass, we'll see an open door and we'll know that that's the ghost room. I'm just turning on the power. Okay. Well, we have an EMF 5. Now, there's a problem here. Okay, 10 and 5. Okay, so this is the ghost room, and it cannot change, and it just turned on a light, so it can't be a mare. It cannot change ghost rooms. It has to stay there. Good. That's nice. The danger of this map is if you get a, or of this challenge is that if you get a stalking ghost, it could end up wandering to you or teleporting to you and then wandering back to its room, and then on the way it touches a lot of doors and then you end up with a lot of open doors, which makes it impossible to nail down where the ghost room is. But we know where the ghost room is and we'll just collect our evidence and go. We got EMF 5, so that part was easy. That's correct. But the activity setting is low, which kind of stinks. I don't know if they wanted it to be an easy challenge. I don't know why they set the activity to low. It just means that we're going to have a hard time collecting our evidence. see, no ghost orb. How old are you? Oh, wait, lights have to be off. No, no. Why can't I turn this off? Why can't I turn this off? What's going on here? It broke my brain. How can that light be on when the power's out? There. How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? It's getting colder. I'll come back and check again. Headset sliding down on my nose. So clearly there's a bug if the light on the desk was on, but the fuse box was off. It didn't shut off the light on the desk, and it also made it impossible to shut off. So I went over, turned the power back on, and then I was able to shut it off. The game has bugs. It's not Spirit Box. It's not Ghost Orb. Okay, UV, salt, and ghost writing. Let's put this in the middle of the room. We have UV. Doesn't look like it's freezing. It refuses to be a freezing ghost. So it's either a Goryo or a Myling. It's not going to give us dots while we're in the room. Now, according to the developers, Gorios give off dots more often than other ghosts. For a second there, I thought I saw dots. Okay, I just saw dots, but the view screen was in the way. I need to see dots again and make sure that I don't see them with my eyes. I can't be in the room because, yeah, I didn't see them. Okay, this is a Goryo. Gorios don't give dots when you're in the room with it, and the dots are only visible in a camera, not with your eyes. Okay, that's one ghost down. Goryo, Goryo. Goryo.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Goryo is the only ghost that handles dots that way, by the way. Alright, let's, whoops, high school. Let's go do the next one.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Mix of tier 2 and tier 3.
But it looks like whoever was here left in a hurry.
Tier 1 paramic. No smudges, we don't need them. What is up with this frame rate? Yeesh. I'm just going to go back and forth here for a couple times, just to see if it improves at all. It's not improving. And yet, if I step outside, and it finishes loading the high school, then I come back inside, now it's smoother. No idea why that is. Okay, let's find the power again. By the way, I want to test something on the door. Okay, so you get at a certain distance, the hand will interact a little bit and then it suddenly yanks it to the door. What if I do it here? Interesting. Okay. So it doesn't show your hand grabbing the door, your hand just disappears if it's too far away from the doorknob. Alright, so how long is it going to take for us to find the ghost this time? Tier 3 paramic might be a lot more useful because it can detect sounds on different floors. And it tells us if it detected a sound above or below. Did I hear something in here? I heard something, but I can't. It was in that direction, I think. course, we have our rooms that have no doors. At this point, I'm just looking for a cold hallway. Just as I was coming upstairs, I saw 10.8. .3 here, but it's 15 here. So that does suggest to me that it's in one of these rooms. Please don't be in the gymnasium. Oh! It is in here. Well, to get EMF5, I'll probably have to bring in some lanterns and light them all or something. Alright. At least it's close to the entrance. I also might have to double up on the cameras and dots. Guess I could look for an orb. I don't see an orb anywhere. That's one. I'll go out and get another one. Since it's such a big room. It's a pretty high spike. I don't know what it means. Not looking like a freezing ghost. No writing yet. Turned off the power, so it's not a djinn. Or did it try to turn on a light and it blew the power? Nope, it turned off the power. If the fuse box gets blown, then all the light switches get shut off. How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? Oh. Okay, we got spirit box. We got spirit box. Ghostwriting. Oh, I forgot to put the EMF near the book. Tell you what, I'll put it near this book. You wouldn't be a wraith, would you? No, can't be. So it has to step in salt. Are there any windows? No windows. I should have put one at every intersection instead of putting them all right here. But I can wait around. My sanity is of no concern. Oop. Okay, we got UV. That makes this a poltergeist. Time to go.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Okay. Last one. Again, hardest part, finding the ghost room, and with a low activity level, it might be a little stingy on its evidence.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a clear object.
Boy, look at this terrible frame rate. Yuck.
We don't know what it's capable of.
Terrible here. Oh, now it's fine. So now we have... Okay, so the Because it's snowing outside, the ghost room is already going to be pretty cold. So the ambient temperature in the building is 5 degrees, which means I definitely have to get the power turned on, otherwise I won't be able to tell the difference between a ghost room and any other room. Good, here's the power. And I'll turn on some lights just because I prefer to have lights lighting everything instead of just being in the dark everywhere. And I'll give the ghost a few minutes to open a door, interact. Give the place a little while to warm up. When it gets up to around 12 or so, maybe I'll go around and start measuring hallways. Dum-de-dum. At this distance, the numbers are a bit blurry. I can kind of make them out. Now I can make them out. If you can't make them out, that just goes to show how much more of a resolution there is on the PSVR headset. Although it is still more pixelated than even a Quest 2. Quest 3 looks even better. Is it okay to go around and take samples now? I can try. Because it was 5 degrees before. There should be a noticeable difference if the ghost is in a hallway. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, let's try upstairs. Nothing here. I heard that. Okay, well, another big room. This time it's some travel distance away from the entrance, but I'll deal with it. At least the ghost can't change rooms. I calculated that the moon, it takes up a half a degree in the sky, and if you have a 90-degree vertical field of view on a 1080p screen, half a degree is only like 8 pixels, which would make it impossible for you to really make out a decent moon detail. And this moon that I'm looking at right now is like 5 times larger than what the moon actually looks like in the sky. And I'm sure they do that so that they can show some detail without it being hidden. Even on a 2160 screen inside the PSVR headset, the moon taking up only a half a degree, I think, would only take up around, let me think, how would that work? 17, about 17 pixels across, which still isn't much at all. Okay, I think the ghost is more likely, it's throwing stuff, it's more likely to be along this center line, so I'll just put this here. Are we freezing? I think if it was a freezing ghost, it would have been freezing by now. How about ghost orb? You want to give me ghost orb? We have a ghost orb. Okay, that's something. Ghost orb, but not freezing. Because it's not freezing, it can't be a mimic. Mimics always have an extra ghost orb that is not evidence. Their actual evidence is freezing, UV, and spirit box. Those 3 evidences must be present for there to be a mimic. And if you find those 3, there should also always be a ghost orb there, because mimics always carry a ghost orb with them in their favorite room. I'm just checking to make sure that we actually still see. Yeah, there's definitely a ghost orb there. Okay. I could take another Dotson and another ghost book, and let's take in a spirit box. The one camera should be enough, but I want to put a dots at the other end of the room. Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? Jesus. How old are you? Where are you? What do you want? How old are you? Where are you? I just walked right up to it. Got no response from the spirit box, so I can safely assume this is not a spirit box ghost. And I'll put this here, and I'll check it later. Not a spirit box ghost. Well, then we're down to 2 more evidences to rule out. You can either rule out 4 evidences, or you can find 3. Either one will nail down the ghost for you. Just watch for a few seconds. See if I see any dots at the far end, or the podium is right there. It's throwing stuff. Give it 10 more seconds. Okay, nothing. So let's go check UV. I'll take 2 in just so I can plaster the place with a bunch of salt. It turned the power off, so it's not a djinn. We have UV. That makes this... Oh. Doesn't make it anything yet. It's either a banshee or an obake. Want to give me a weird handprint? That's not a weird handprint. That's not either. I'm suspecting that this is a, maybe a banshee, I'm thinking. What would the other remaining evidence be? Dots or EMF 5. So we're not going to get ghost writing out of this ghost. So what I will do, I'm going to put the EMF right here. I'll go outside and I'll get a lighter and the lanterns. By the way, what's my sanity? I got hit with a ghost event. I think it was singing. So if my sanity's at 85, I think that what a Banshee would consume if it touches you when you're its target. So let's see what the sanity graph has to say. I'm at around 90. So that suggests to me more that it's an Wkly. But let's see if we can get proof of that. I'm going to give it 3 things to interact with and keep the EMF near. Let's see if I can get an EMF 5. Is anything showing up on the graph? That right there is an EMF 4. I was not in the building. Or rather, it's a 4. It's a rise of 4. And that is either an EMF 5 or a ghost event. The ghost cannot do a ghost event when I'm not in the building. So it has to be an EMF 5. So I could just decide on Wkly right now. But the graph has been a little strange since the Chronicle update, like with that huge spike of 7 or 8 that I showed you at the beginning. And I don't know what that means because of that, as I'll use a phrase coined by many streamers. I have trust issues. So, let's put down some lanterns. I just heard something. Did it throw the book? Yeah, it threw the book, but where did it put it? It must have hurled it. There we go. There's EMF 5. That's an EMF 2. That's an EMF 5. We have an Wkly. It's time to leave. That's it for that challenge. So even though the activity graph might make you highly suspect that EMF 5 is a thing, it's probably best to confirm it until the devs either fix what might be wrong with the graph or somebody figures out what it's doing. A lot of times the devs will leave it to us to figure out how things are working. Well, that looks like a rise of 5 to me. But anyway, still not proof. But I got my proof with the equipment, so it's an Wkly. Oh, it does tell you where the power is.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Okay, this will get me to level 88. I'm 2010 into 88, 4526 to get to 89, and I have 15881. Shouldn't cost me anything to restock anything. So that's it for that challenge. It's a 3 evidence challenge. The ghost can't hunt. Hardest part is finding the ghost. Look for an open door or listen for it to toss something or interact with something, and quickly rush in with the EMF to see if you can find it, or just if you can nail it down to 2 or 3 rooms where you heard an interaction, just go in with the thermometer, and the colder room should be the ghost room because it can't change rooms. Just watch out for the Banshee, Phantom, and Wraith, because they can stalk to you and then walk back to their room, and they might open doors on the way and make the hallways colder, and that'll make it a lot harder for you to nail down where their actual ghost room is. So have fun with that challenge. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.